Dustin's clicks keep the show tight. Politics, events, and much more. Borderline banter, never a bore. Tune in, listen, join the conversation. Borderline banter, your source of information. Welcome to the world of borderline banter, where we dive deep into every current canter. Mike's the host with Dustin by his side, pressing buttons, taking us on the ride. Politics, events, and much more. Borderline banter, never a bore. Tune in, listen, join the conversation. Borderline banter, your source of information. From politics to global affairs, we dissect the news nobody compares. Mike's insight shines a light. Dustin's clicks keep the show tight. Politics, events, and much more. Borderline banter, never a bore. Tune in, listen, join the conversation. Borderline banter, your source of information. Welcome to the world of borderline banter, where we dive deep into every current canter. Mike's the host with Dustin by his side, pressing buttons, taking us on the ride. Politics, events, and much more. Borderline banter, never a bore. Tune in, listen, join the conversation. Borderline banter, your source of information. From politics to global affairs, we dissect the news nobody compares. Mike's insight shines a light. Dustin's clicks keep the show tight. Politics, events, and much more. Borderline banter, never a bore. Tune in, listen, join the conversation. Borderline banter, your source of information. Welcome to the world of borderline banter, where we dive deep into every current canter. Mike's the host with Dustin by his side, pressing buttons, taking us on the ride. Politics, events, and much more. Borderline banter, never a bore. Tune in, listen, join the conversation. Borderline banter, your source of information. From politics to global affairs, we dissect the news nobody compares. Mike's insight shines a light. Dustin's clicks keep the show tight. Politics, events, and much more. Borderline banter, never a bore. Tune in, listen, join the conversation. Borderline banter, your source of information. Welcome to the world of borderline banter, where we dive deep into every current canter. Mike's the host with Dustin by his side, pressing buttons, taking us on the ride. Politics, events, and much more. Borderline banter, never a bore. Tune in, listen, join the conversation. Borderline banter, your source of information. From politics to global affairs, we dissect the news nobody compares. Mike's insight shines a light. Dustin's clicks keep the show tight. Politics, events, and much more. Borderline banter, never a bore. Tune in, listen, join the conversation. Borderline banter, your source of information. Welcome to the world of borderline banter, where we dive deep into every current canter. Mike's the host with Dustin by his side, pressing buttons, taking us on the ride. Politics, events, and much more. Borderline banter, never a bore. Tune in, listen, join the conversation. Borderline banter, your source of information. From politics to global affairs, we dissect the news nobody compares. Mike's insight shines a light. Dustin's clicks keep the show tight. Politics, events, and much more. Borderline banter, never a bore. Tune in, listen, join the conversation. Borderline banter, your source of information. Welcome to the world of borderline banter, where we dive deep into every current canter. Mike's the host with Dustin by his side, pressing buttons, taking us on the ride. Politics, events, and much more. Borderline banter, never a bore. Tune in, listen, join the conversation. Borderline banter, your source of information. From politics to global affairs, we dissect the news nobody compares. Mike's insight shines a light. Dustin's clicks keep the show tight. Politics, events, and much more. Borderline banter, never a bore. Tune in, listen, join the conversation. Borderline banter, your source of information.
You're gonna swear in the first minute.
Am I? Oh, you're not even there. Hello everybody. Hope you're having a great day. So no matter what we try, we just can't. It gets it's me.
Welcome. I am a flag.
Yeah.
I've put on a lot of makeup to look like this. It took a lot. You can't even see me. It's a lot like one of our stories tonight. You can't see me.
Let's just go there. I don't know what happened. It was working 2 seconds before the show.
You say that.
No,
but
it was though. I checked it. It was working. Anyway, I'm sorry everybody. Hope you're doing good. Welcome to Borderline Banter. See, I don't know.
Featuring Mike.
Yeah, just me.
With just some like
There
background
we go.
noise.
See, I didn't even change anything. That's the thing. I just switched screens and went back. But yeah, welcome to Borderline Banter. This wouldn't
There we
be
go.
the banter without me screwing up somehow. But yeah, welcome very much, Dustin. How's it going there?
Oh, pretty good. You know, we're here on a Monday, so obviously can't be that excited for the start of a week. Otherwise, what are we doing?
For sure, yeah.
Can't be excited at the end of a week if you were excited at the beginning of it. That's just insanity. So we're here to tell you, if you enjoy Mondays, you have a problem.
Some people do, right? What happens if Monday's their Friday?
You
know what I mean? Like say they get Tuesday, Wednesday off.
That'd be dumb.
No, some people do. You know, they're not.
Yeah,
not everyone gets work Monday through Friday.
Right,
You
right,
know?
but it's still dumb.
Well, not to them. Like maybe they.
Your day off is Tuesdays. What are you gonna do on a
Friday?
Tuesday?
What do you do? What do you
Hey,
do
guys,
on
wanna
a
go out-
Saturday?
You guys want to go out
Okay,
drinking? It's
let's stop for a
Tuesday,
second.
dude.
What do you do on a Saturday?
That's not the point. If you compare what I would do on a Tuesday to what I would do on a Saturday, I mean, it's light years difference.
No, is it? Not for me.
Yeah.
I might stay an extra 20 minutes past my bedtime, but that's about it. So.
If it's Saturday, I'll stay up till like 1 a.m.
Oh yeah.
I'm an animal.
Crazy. But yeah, now that I think we're going well, I think we've got it working here. Do you want to dive right into our story, or do you have anything to tell us over the long weekend?
I don't know. Do anything happen this weekend? I don't think really
so.
anything did.
No, not much.
Other than what we're going to talk about.
Okay, let's find out.
So I guess we're jumping into Boeing is guilty.
Boeing
Right here,
is
BBC.
guilty. Oh, look at that.
So BBC brings us this one. Boeing to plead guilty to criminal fraud charge. Wait, just one?
Criminal charge. It just is one. 2 plane crashes. Two,
Aww.
just one.
They've done more than one crime.
Criminal fraud, but criminal fraud. Like that's just one charge. Yeah, just criminal fraud. So this.
Yeah, this is just like one charge.
This
That's
might
not
have nothing to do
enough.
with the plane crash. Because
Well, that too, because like, how is a plane crash like that? Wouldn't be criminal fraud.
but we talked about this in the past. Like, even if the corporation gets charged for the murder, like Tesla, we're talking about Teslas if they're self-driving, no one actually will get put in jail. The company will just get a fine and move on, right?
So this is a whole, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen, anyways. Like, because otherwise you have to pick like, who do you go for, the CEO, or why not the CFO, or the COO?
Yeah, but they should. So you should definitely start doing that. It
No, I
make
mean, it'd make companies actually,
care,
you know,
right?
think
Like,
before making a
I
decision, kind
think
of
I
like you
sent you
do on
that
a
video.
personal level.
I sent you that video of Matilda, where her dad's putting super glue on the bumper of the car, and he puts it on the car. She was like, "Is that safe?" He's like, "No, but we're not driving it, right?" And then he's putting the sand dust in the engine. He's like, "See, this makes it sound better as they drive away." She's like, "That's cheating," and he's like, "Well, anybody who doesn't cheat doesn't get ahead." And that was Danny DeVito,
Yeah.
so he's a pretty smart man. So
He is.
but yeah, and that's so true. It's pretty funny.
Oh, it changes even more here. It's a criminal fraud conspiracy charge. So they're not even saying that they committed criminal fraud. They're just saying they conspired to.
What's this have to do with, I wonder? We must have talked about it. Because
So they plead guilty after the U.S. found the company violated a deal meant to reform it after 2 fatal crashes by its 737 MAX planes that killed 346 passengers
so
and crew.
this is about the crash, but this is not this. They aren't being charged. This is about what they didn't do. Reform it. What does reform?
What does that mean? Reform it. What
Um,
does that? Does that mean like no more charges? Is that it?
Well,
Is that what
no,
reform
company
it means?
violated
What
a
does
deal
reform
meant
it
to
mean?
reform it. Reform the airplane. Reform the 737 Maxes. I don't know.
Oh, we're just put those two planes back together. That's what reform it means.
No, well, I'm just thinking the old because remember they pulled them for a bit. They pulled them because they said they weren't safe, and
Well,
maybe
this
they.
definitely reform it doesn't to me sound like putting planes back.
I
out
don't know
there.
what does that definition of reform mean. You should look it up.
Reform. Well, I mean,
Like we know what it means.
It has multiple
Yeah, okay.
definitions,
Yeah, I guess you're
but
right.
they
'Cause
don't
we
mean
know what it means, right? But what does
reform. Make changes.
make changes to? Yeah, okay, there.
Yeah.
So yeah, make changes. That's
The action or process of reforming an institution or practice.
so yeah,
reform of the
reforming.
divorce
They were
laws.
reforming the planes to make them. I don't know.
Right. So in that way of meaning it, they're supposed to be changing something about it,
Yeah, but
which means they were, well, I mean, yeah, they had 2 crashes, so obviously something had to be done to try to make them not have crashes in the future. So they violated that deal that was meant to make them not make crashes anymore.
yeah, clearly.
So there's a bunch of crashes. Then they made this deal, and then it was found that they're still violating the agreement they made. They made a deal.
Apparently,
They're violating that deal. Kid is losing his mind. He found a golf ball.
Oh jeez, I thought I heard something.
Yeah, I keep hearing it from room to room. It says they're also paying a fine of $600 million.
There it goes again.
Yeah, this is the slap on the wrist for 346 lives.
Yeah, that's not much, and that's not even the lives. That's about what they didn't do. So they should get more for that, but that's for something they didn't even do. But that's the thing. How much is a life then? How much is a life? Not even $1 million. You know?
Well,
like, not
we
even.
can do the math here. Hold on, let me
$600,000.
So we have $243 million,
No,
and this doesn't go to these people, but this is how much criminally it's worth to kill that many people. $700,000 a person.
700,000.
Not bad. It's under $1 million. It's under $1 million per person.
Yeah.
Bad.
And how much does
Not
Boeing make a
bad.
day, right? Like,
Oh yeah, exactly. They wiped their ass with 243 million, right?
yeah. So, I keep hitting that, and it keeps minimizing things. Sorry.
I don't know how you would wipe your ass with that much money. That'd be a lot of paper.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to say. That's supposed to be your response. Yeah, it even says here, however, the families of the people who died on the flights 5 years ago have criticized it as a sweetheart deal that would allow Boeing to avoid full responsibility for the deaths. One called it an atrocious abomination. Yeah, literally, this is designed to not have the actual, like, 346 criminal negligent homicide charges that somebody should have, right? Somebody was criminally negligent, right? These planes crashed. Do we know why? Was it the quality crew? Because they've got a manager, and that manager's got a manager. I mean, which manager do you want to give us? Give us one of the managers now.
Yeah. So.
But they're protected because It's American. It's a company. Um, the settlement must now be approved by a U.S. judge. I mean, that's not really. I don't think that's really much of a question whether or not a judge will sign off on it. Does the big corporation want us to do so? Okay, then we will. The other side's what? A bunch of people who are like the families of dead people? Oh,
Yeah, no,
doesn't
they're
matter.
just greed, and they know Boeing's not gonna care. Like they're going through a lot more shit. I don't think this is the only case they're going through right now, right? But I don't know.
Well, this says by pleading guilty, Boeing will avoid the spectacle of a criminal trial. So no criminal proceedings are going. Is the thing. So they're not even basically, they're getting away with murder 346 times.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to do something here. Yeah, it's pretty sad, and that's what like we did talk about that because Boeing would do. I mean, Tesla was trying to get. They're trying to charge Tesla for some automatic self-driving cars, and they even if they get away, Elon Musk isn't going to go to jail. They're going to pay a small little fine, right? But I guarantee if there was a chance of him going to jail, they probably pay more attention to that. Same in here, if they knew that. What's that guy who's stepping down in December? I forget his name. But if they knew he was going to if they knew he'd go to jail, he would make sure, or he wouldn't take the job. But
Yeah, wouldn't that be great? I mean, that's wishful thinking, though. I mean, imagine. No, you got like, you're.
yeah, maybe one day though. Things can't
That's not
change.
not one day. It's not how it works right now,
don't
and
think
I
things
don't
will change like
foresee
that?
that changing. Why would that change, though? The
Unless the
people in
station's
power are
changed.
those people who have no incentive for that. Like, I'm not in charge. Boeing's in charge. They don't have an incentive for Boeing to be criminally chargeable. They want to continue where Dustin is the only thing criminally chargeable in case I get out of line. Boeing doesn't want themselves to be chargeable, nor
Yeah.
does Google, nor does any of the other big ones.
No,
If I
you're
named
right.
a bunch
No,
of
no,
the other
they never
scary
will.
companies,
They pay
they're
a few
not
bucks,
going to relinquish power.
and nobody loses money. Like
Yeah.
shareholders who maybe lose a few pennies. That's about it. And
How is
that's,
it one count of conspiracy? Like, can't you at least do 300 counts of something?
No.
At least acknowledge the number of people
I wonder how the families feel, you
in
know?
the prosecution. Like, this just kind of feels like the
To
prosecutors are
defraud
just
regulators. So that's what it is.
yeah, to defraud regulators.
What a silly charge. Not yeah. So no, but again, like yeah, because
They're saying that they lied to the FAA, saying that their flight control system was good to go, and in both
Well,
crashes they said no, that's actually it wasn't
the
good to
liquid
go.
dish soap showed it was. They used liquid dish soap as lube, and it said it was working. So it was like fine, it works, right? Like that's that. Yeah.
So that was the 2021 deal here. It agreed not to prosecute Boeing if, for those two crashes, the crashes we're talking about were 2018, 2019, if the company paid a penalty and successfully completed a 3-year period of increased monitoring and reporting.
And how did that?
What do you want to
go?
bet they didn't increase monitoring or reporting?
They might have said it did on paperwork.
Well, just before they were their due date on the sending in their homework, this monitoring and reporting. That's when the door panel fell off the plane.
Yeah.
Remember that story?
oops.
Where the door just fell off?
Yeah, I remember it. Yeah.
And then a whole bunch of other stories. I'm sure we're gonna go through them all, aren't we?
But you know what? You mentioned it before the show. Like, what are we going to talk about now? Now, if this is the
Well-
last charge for Boeing, that's it, right? Boeing's free.
Nah, I mean we'll keep talking about them because they'll keep falling apart.
Oh
We
yeah,
now
a wheel
know a
fell
bunch
off
of their
today.
shit is
though. A
unsafe.
wheel did fall off the airplane today.
It
They
didn't
landed
make very
safely.
big headlines.
No, because they landed safely. When
Well,
it's
that's
happened
good.
daily now, it's like not a big deal anymore. You know. Back in the day, it's like wow. But now it's like no.
This is funny. Boeing's decision to plead guilty is still a significant black mark for the firm because it means that the company, which is a prominent military contractor, now has a criminal record. Oh no!
Oh, another one.
We have a criminal record.
They let criminals in space. You mean that means criminals are in space right now?
You can't hire me.
Yeah.
I'm Boeing though. I'm
Yeah.
a company.
Yeah, that is kind of funny. So, no one's above the law.
Except us.
Yeah.
And everyone who still wants to work with us, because
Yeah.
believe me, Boeing's still going to partner with all of the same partners. I don't see any demand for them to change in the ways that matter.
They did lose a most recent contract with the NASA, but
Yeah, well, they deserve to lose anything space related at this
Yeah.
point.
But they're not stuck up there. Don't worry. They just can't come down yet.
It is not immediately clear how the criminal record will affect the firm's contracting business. Government typically bars or suspends firms with records from participating in bids and grant waivers.
Okay.
Do you think they'll grant a waiver to one of like 2 plane makers?
Yeah. SpaceX.
Yeah.
Come on, Elon.
What are they gonna do? Just,
Elon Musk should open a plane company.
they're too big to fail. They get an automatic waiver.
No SpaceX flights. That would be perfect. And then that way they're ready to go to space when they can.
I
Elon
guess.
Musk, if you're watching, SpaceX Airlines. Yeah, come on. I'll invest $100.
So I guess we do still have to wait to see that the judge confirms this, because it says they're calling on the judge to reject the inappropriate plea and simply set the matter for a public trial, so that all the facts surrounding the case will be aired in fair, open forum. Yeah, I want that.
That's actually
Do
pretty
that.
cool. Yeah,
That's
so,
I want that,
why
because that
would
gives us
they
more
get
stuff.
found non-guilty then? But they won't. If
They
do,
would
then
have to
it's
have. They'd have to
corrected,
be able
yeah.
to prove that they didn't negligently lie to the FAA.
Because the judge, I wonder what's gonna happen with that. That's good.
Now, if you do that through falsifying records to make it look like you did something you didn't, I can't. I mean, I'm.
But now
I
just
hope they
because the
prove
fact,
that, but like,
we
if
talked
not,
about
yeah,
school
you could
shooting.
you could
We
get
talked
away
about
with
that
some
school
shit.
shooting on Friday, and how the judge was like, we're not gonna share the records. You know, it's not gonna
Yeah,
be public.
yeah,
service.
we're actually just not.
Yeah.
I just decided, nah, I'm the judge.
Yeah,
I think I
so-
ranted about judges having a ton of power. In this case, this is kind of what I mean. This judge gets to decide.
Yeah.
Will there be a carriage of justice or a miscarriage of justice? Have you ever heard carriage of justice?
I've never heard that saying before. No.
I wanted to make sure it was used, and now it's in the lexicon. Let me just scroll. I think they're just talking about all the people the families and the people that actually died, because that's kind of why it's kind of upsetting.
Yeah, it is. Like, people
346
yeah.
people died.
I
You
know,
know, and it's basically
like,
they're going to get a fine of $700,000 a person, which
and
is
this
crazy.
This even happened that's happened 6 years ago. So.
Right.
Um.
So just for the record, though, there was $500 million that did go to a victims fund. I have no idea how accessible that's been. Sometimes
Yeah.
funds can be kind of tricky. They make you jump through hoops to get what your compensation.
Yeah.
But anyways, so it's not that the victims' families haven't received anything. It looks like
But money
it's
doesn't bring.
quite a bit. It
money
doesn't bring people back. And
I'm
you
sure
do want to see.
I'm sure there's some family who actually was like, "Cool, I got money," but there's other family that money didn't mean shit to them. You know?
Right. But we don't want a company that does a transaction of money for corpses, right? We want that to be something where you don't do that, and in fact, if you do that, you go to jail, not just pay money for corpses, right?
Like,
That's where we're
let's hope
outraged.
This isn't going to be a normal thing soon. You know?
You
Like,
know?
well, you lost 100 people. Okay, well, here, let's pay off the
We
families.
can't
right?
just
So-
be factoring that in, because you can imagine all the other companies just factoring in the human grinder, like. Well, I can work you to death because what are you going to do? Sue me for $7 million?
But this
Worth
kind
it.
of makes it
kind of mentality, kind of
what-
crazy.
Is that probably saying this sets a precedent? Because it's like now that this company's gone and does this, they're getting away with it. They are technically getting away with murder. This
Yeah.
means other companies can be like, hey, like
Yeah, they can point to
You
this.
know.
Hey, no, you can't have my pizza. Go away.
I'm pretty like that's
Sorry, I had to defend.
that's all. But okay.
This also says the family members weren't consulted on the terms, and they want to see the company stand trial,
Yeah,
whatever that means.
Because you know what? If you want to see how neglectful they are. Now, if they were super neglectful before, now actually it's not going to show anything before. It's going to show what they've done now. But still, you want to see if they have actually fixed it. Imagine that some of those families are probably petrified to get on an airplane, and then they find out that the company who's promised they'd fix it didn't do shit.
Well, yeah, nothing in the court decision is gonna hold them to doing anything, because this is literally coming out of a 2021 deal where they said, yeah, we'll make shit better, but we have
They
months
control
of
it,
articles
yeah,
now
so-
of it showing, no, you're not.
Yeah.
So
And it just took
how
years.
do we make another deal?
It seems like they
with
got
them?
worse. Seems like they were like, you know what? We're not going to do anything now just because you told us
Yeah.
to.
You know, it's funny you said. It seems like they got worse. Like,
Yeah, it's like, oh.
we made a deal with them and they got worse. So
Oh, you meant make our planes better, not worse.
yes,
Oh,
that.
there.
Oh shit, you had that
Shit.
backwards. Oh, that changes
Should have
everything.
read the fine print. So.
I could have sworn I put better on my email.
Not guilty, Jermaine says. Well, they pled guilty, but we'll find out. in
Look,
court,
they
so.
pleaded it, so my Boeing's is guilty. I mean, I wish I could say otherwise, but
Welcome, Dwayne. Haven't seen you in a while. Appreciate you being
Yeah.
here.
Near overwhelming evidence. Senator Richard Blumenthal said he believed there was near overwhelming evidence that prosecution should be pursued. I don't know who Richard Blumenthal is, but either way, this is like, I want to see it. And that's what I said above. Like, if we have a trial, we get to see, like, how negligent were they?
Yeah.
Allegedly. That's true, because we're still waiting on the judge to accept the plea. So it is still pending judgment.
But you know what? Hopefully he does.
Technically.
Hopefully he doesn't accept it, and then he takes him to trial, and then all that stuff has to be brought up. Everything.
Lawyers for the family said that DOJ was worried it did not have a strong case against the firm. Yeah, I mean, that's probably potential too, because this is like access to the evidence was all in Boeing's hands.
And they
when a plane crashes,
yeah,
when a plane crashes, the first fingies on it are Boeing's. So like, and not only that, but all the paperwork, the audit trail to prove that you had a functional flight system, whatever that means. You could falsify those records, backdate those records of saying it was good and cleared. Maintenance person checked all the boxes, kind of shit. Like the cards are all in their hands. It's hard to get a real truth out of this. This is why we need the Veritas serum or whatever it is, the thing that makes people have to tell the truth. You know, that stuff.
This isn't the last time I'm going to be talking about Boeing.
The CIA actually has that shit. Can we get some?
All right.
So, yeah. Apparently, Boeing is going to invest $455 million in compliance and safety programs.
Okay, so that's $1 billion.
Sure. I don't believe you, Boeing. Whatever. I mean, I'm sure you put money in a thing, but whether or not it ends up doing anything.
There's a Boeing factory.
Look, we got to have a clean guy. Jermaine's going to be our clean guy. We can talk shit. It's too late for us. We've talked too much shit.
I know. We've already
Jermaine
talked a bunch of crap. So
loves Boeing, and there's nothing we could say to separate the two of them.
So
They're a lovely couple, and I'm shipping them, honestly. Boeing and Jermaine.
We have to change the words of our song to Mike is gone, and Dustin is too. Jermaine's the host, and no one but you. We'll have to figure that out, but we will have to change the lyrics if he's going to take over one guy.
I guess the oxygen generators on planes are shifting out of position.
I've seen that a few times, yeah. So.
Could make it where the oxygen masks don't even come down when you lose cabin pressure.
Yeah,
and of course, you have no access to oxygen for X number of seconds before you start to have brain damage.
Oh, yeah.
So that's fun. That's fun. That's good shit.
That's why you take care of yourself before your child, you know?
Well, yeah, but like if nothing drops down, there's nothing to take care of. So, I mean, what do you do? Like, give me your oxygen, child.
You pass out pretty quick.
Still have some.
Honestly, if there's zero oxygen, you don't last long. You last, I guess,
you don't. Yeah.
You're down. Now, if there's some oxygen, you'll be fine. You'll slowly do it. But if there's no oxygen, you're out like a light. You're not gonna feel anything. So,
well, not like a light. It's 18 seconds.
Is it 18 seconds? But as soon as you go to breathe in, you're done, right? You? But
no.
I know that's drowning. I know drowning is like literally as soon as you gulp in, you're pretty much done. As soon as your lungs fill up.
Well, your fate is sealed, but you like, as far as being done with having oxygen in your body, I think it's like 18 seconds when you start to have brain damage.
I'd rather, I guess it's maybe good to know, but I'd rather not know, you know.
Because the way oxygen works is you breathe it into your lungs, but then somehow it gets to your blood.
Yeah.
And I'm not a doctor,
well,
but it does that shit. It gets to your blood, and so when your heart does its thing where that sends oxygen all throughout your body.
And that because
so you have like 18 seconds worth of oxygen that's already in your blood at any given time.
Which in your lungs, actually, I don't know either. Never mind.
But that's why you have more seconds than what's like in your lungs, because it's made it to the other parts of your body where it was going, and that's about 18 seconds worth before you start to have damage to your brain, and I think the loss of consciousness, which you see when you put somebody in a headlock, they don't immediately go down; they take a few seconds and then they go down, and then you let go because otherwise you're going to give them brain damage. Right? That's how we safely do combat sports. We don't get brain damage from combat sports.
Yeah.
UFC.
We're such a far way.
We
got many stories to go through.
Many stories? Well then, let's talk about this one. Go for it.
From Gizmodo. Man loses nuclear security clearance after getting catfished by celebrity meme.
What happened? Celebrity meme?
What? How do you get catfished by celebrity meme? Welcome.
I don't know. There's a lot to that sentence.
Yeah.
The man was arrested after embezzling more than $3,000 from a nonprofit and getting into a physical fight with this son's. This son's.
Okay, is this some
His
drunk?
son's?
Was some drunk writing this? Some
Maybe.
catfish by celebrity meme. The man was arrested but embezzling more. What? So he's it. I'm just so. I don't know.
Okay, so he works at a nuclear facility.
Yeah.
But on the side, he got an email from somebody, let's say Robert Downey Jr., saying, "Hey, I've got this nonprofit, and I'm just gonna send you money, but you got to like send me money."
Yeah.
You know, because you got to be like a scam here, right? And so he fought Robert Downey Jr.
Maybe. Funny that you say that right now because
and his sons.
Because it's not really funny, but I have a friend who his dad has passed away a few years ago, but all of a sudden his dad's Facebook is messaging people and reaching out to his friends, right?
After he's deceased.
Yeah. So I said, "Hey, how's it going?" And I know he's not real, but he's trying to get me sucked into this scam. He's like, "I'm doing good." He's like, "I hope your family's good," and I was giving him short answers, and now he wants me to. He's like, "Have you heard about this?" And he gave me like a 3-letter company or 4 letters. He was like, "It's a pretty good cashback thing that the government's giving."
Yeah,
So, and I've seen this one before. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna find out where he is with the way I do it, just so I can freak him out and hopefully get that account shut down. And once I figure out it's fake, I can send it to Facebook, because it's not fair. Someone's using his dad's account. But okay, let's go on. My bad.
So Department of Energy (DOE) contractor lost his security clearances after getting catfished by someone online who thought he was a famous actress.
Okay, well, it's still very confusing. So
the contractor sent the celebrity, quote celebrity, $3,800 in money he'd embezzled from a nonprofit, and then got into a physical fight with his family when they found out. Fight landed him in jail, and when he got out, he failed to report the arrest and the embezzlement to his employer. What do you mean failed? I'm not going to go.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. But I guess that's the rules of the contract if you do something. But
yeah. When the Doe asked him why, he told them he assumed the forms the Doe had sent him were part of an elaborate phishing scam.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he just got scammed by this celebrity, and he's like, he didn't believe the DOE mail either. I get it.
So yeah, that's a good response. Like, okay, but yeah, so they're gonna fire him no matter what anyway, probably. But because yeah, that's something you don't want someone's embezzling money. But what was he doing? Was he trying to get like nudes from the person? What was he doing? Like,
Why? I mean, $3,800. I hope he got some nudes.
yeah, like come on, so. Come on, Robert Downey Jr.
So the Doe is a U.S. governmental agency that oversees its nuclear arsenal. Hey, just the guys that oversee the nuke buttons.
Okay, yeah.
That's all. It does everything from researching new nuclear weapons, maintaining missile silos, and disposing of nuclear waste.
So yeah,
it
it's
employs
somebody.
a lot of contractors who require security clearances, and in some cases, access to nuclear material. And sometimes those guys get down bad.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have those people taking care of that. I'd be not guys who are probably gonna try to rob you. You know.
So he embezzled money from a nonprofit to pay a person he met online who claimed was a famous actress.
Who was the actress? I wonder. Like I kind
I need to know the details.
Like,
Yeah,
I really
he said
want
he
to
paid
know.
the money back, but the situation spiraled out of control, and the fallout earned him an assault charge, anger management classes, and a restraining order from his wife and kids.
Okay, so he got.
Okay, he's not sure.
So his parents weren't happy.
And
His-
the actress,
his
what
kids-
actress? What actress made you? She said that she said that she was at a point in her life where she needed somebody. That took a lot of. You're not
Okay.
gonna get this pizza.
So it's a female actor. Because I think it's an actor. Or did it say actress up top?
Yeah, actress.
Okay, it did say actress. Okay.
The report doesn't specify who this actress is. During their relationship, he purchased gaming gift cards for her children totaling $180, purchased a $500 security card for her, and sent her $3,200 for fees associated with a car he believes she purchased for him.
What a
Okay, so
guy.
he was getting what do they call that? When they
Catfished.
no, not the catfish. There's another one like pig
romance.
butchered.
Scam
Butch-
romance.
butch-
Romance.
No, it's like
scam.
pig butcher. No, it's close to the butcher word I'm saying, not
I don't know.
romance. It's
I've never heard of
pig
that
butchering.
before, right?
It's
So-
I'm asking the question, but I've actually got the word now. It's pig butchering scam.
okay. I've never heard that.
Which is the same as what you're saying, romance scam. Pig
Okay.
butchering, though. It's what they call it because they're literally butchering you for all your
Oh,
money.
yeah.
They want it all. They're butchering.
But
Pigs.
usually single people that are giving this money. Usually it's people who are by themselves trying to get a relationship, not some married with family. You know, like
Well, did this say this guy's married?
yeah. Well, he got in a fight with his wife and kids. So
Wow.
so yeah, yes. I'm assuming he would be married, right? So yeah, right there. It says right down, down.
And kids?
Right, go down. Next that end of this paragraph.
Yeah, restraining order from his wife and kids. Restraining order.
Yeah, that's who.
It just says an assault charge. It doesn't say who he assaulted.
But it says his own sons, so not his wife, but his sons he fought. It says that in the title. Remember, you're like, it says sons? You're like, whose sons? Robert Downey Jr. sons? Not the title, but the next headline, yeah.
Doesn't fight with this sons.
His sons. His sons is what they're supposed to say. So.
Anyways, probably could have just kept going down and had all
probably
the answers
yeah.
too. Just saying. Anyways, sometime before December, the contractor met a person online who he said was a famous actor. Support doesn't specify who. Yeah, we're already there. To get the cash, he embezzled the money from a nonprofit where he was a board member. Are they gonna name that at least the nonprofit? Like, what charity did you?
Yeah, we can probably
steal?
find out, but yeah.
Like, that's the other thing. Like, he did a thing, but he also did a crime to do the thing too. Like,
so
he admitted he stole the money from another board member during a meeting at his home. Wait, what? He stole it from another person and all out of their home?
Yeah. Okay.
Is that still embezzlement when you just straight up take cash from some dude's house? It's just theft, isn't it?
Well, he was telling the board member about this conduct. His wife returned home. What is up with this story? It's like, what the heck? His wife returned home and she was very upset. All of a sudden, you know, like they could write a book. Holmes also learned about the behavior. He testified that his wife and the board member were upset by the news, and he had two women in his face shouting. The court finally said, "Okay." So.
Okay, so that's his defense. He had two women shouting, and I can get that. I get it. Not guilty? We go with not guilty on this one, Jermaine? He had two women yelling at him.
Okay.
What are you supposed to do? Not embezzle money?
Well, that's
use
after.
it?
They're yelling because he embezzled.
Allegedly embezzled it. You don't know.
He said it, but.
Oh, here we go. The shouting drew the attention of the man's two sons. There we go. Which led to a physical confrontation. Contractor tried to leave the house, but his sons wouldn't let him.
There was pushing fight. Hey, well, that seems like that is against the law. I'm pretty sure. You're not
yeah, it's false imprisonment or whatever.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. There was a pushing fight. One of his sons was injured, and then they restrained him on the floor. The contractor then left. So they didn't even succeed at restraining him.
So they're not telling us his name. They're not telling us anything. This could be a fake story.
When he came back, the cops were there. No, we can look it up. There should be a record. It says there's cops. So we should be able to look up information. You know, freedom of information.
He's the contractor, his wife, his sons, the charity. No, it's like
everybody got a restraining order.
Yes.
You get a restraining order. You get a restraining order.
I don't know.
Even the woman on the nonprofit board gets a restraining order.
When a person with a security clearance has a brushing with the law, they're supposed to report it to their employee. The DOE says a former contractor called and left a voicemail. His boss then sent him the paperwork to fill it out to report the arrest, but he didn't do it. He didn't do it until someone confronted him. So he did tell them though. He just didn't do the part.
That's how you lose your clearance.
Yeah, you didn't do the paperwork probably. You probably would have been fine if you just did the paperwork, you know? Maybe not, but...
He resisted completing the forms because he questioned whether this request was an email phishing scam. He thought he was getting scammed again. He's like,
oh, he's fooling me once.
I know I did that, and this is entirely related to that, but what if this is actually phishing?
I'm always paranoid about all that stuff. Like, I called the bank the other day, and they're like, hey, and I had to give them my information, and they're asking me these questions. I'm like, no, yeah, you know, it's me, but, like, frig, it could be a scammer that I'm giving my information to. But that's it, hey? That's news to me, Rick Perry, right?
Welcome to writing for Gizmodo. Hopefully your time here good.
Yeah. So yeah. So I guess people kind of feel the same about me. Like, this is a weird news story, but okay. We can't be all.
Kind of curious.
We can't be all just horrible, sad news all the time. This is not bad. This is horrible news.
Look, I mean, this is more of a cautionary tale for everybody else. Like, he didn't. Nobody hit the nuke button. I mean, that could have been the bad ending of this. Is like somebody got access to the nuke button, but we probably wouldn't be reporting if they did, right?
Yeah. But you can take the next one, and we should have done this one on Friday because it's a very American story.
Oh yeah, this one.
From Newsweek, ammunition vending machines appear in grocery stores. Where at? What?
You know, Newsweek kept it more obscure. I saw one other website had it and actually called out the state.
Oh yeah.
I think it's just 1 or 2 states have these, and they're also AI driven. The other website threw AI into their headline. This one doesn't say AI, but these are apparently supposed to be AI vending machines.
You know what? I think you're right. I do think you're right.
But this was good enough. Ammunition vending machines? What are we playing? 7 Days to Die?
Yeah. No, we're not.
No, we're just America.
Okay.
Vending machines stocked with ammunition have been installed in several grocery stores across the United States. The machines are made by American Rounds that allow customers over the age of 21 to buy ammunition with the same ease as using an ATM. Our automated ammo dispensers are accessible 24/7, ensuring that you can buy ammunition on your own schedule, free from the constraints of store hours and long lines.
Store hours, so they're going to be outside and people are going to steal them.
God forbid you have to wait a moment before getting your deadly device.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
let's
just
cut out the
ammunition,
time
right?
between the device and you having it
Like-
as much as possible is what these guys decided.
Say you run out of bullets halfway through the night shooting targets. You got to go get more.
Exactly. You run out, you
So-
need more. You don't want to have to hope Walmart's
I
open.
know, yeah.
And then go through self-checkout, and then you have to wait for a person anyways because you're getting bullets, so you can't self-checkout.
The company says
But now we have vending
vending
machines, so you
has a
can
built-in
self-checkout
AI
bullets.
technology. So yeah, it's a built-in AI technology, card scanning capability, and facial recognition. So you got to show your card and stand in front of it, and it'll say it's you or not.
So what does the AI part do then?
It scans your ID, then it scans your face to prove it's you.
Well, no, those are softwares that already existed. What's the AI doing?
Matching.
Like card scanning and face scanning, that's not AI. That's
Yeah, but it's
software we already
matching. It's
coded.
making-
We made code that does
Yeah,
that.
but
That
it's
uses
matching.
cameras and input output. Like it's not AI. So what's the AI part of it? An AI thing would be a decision process.
It says we are going to give you the bullets, or it says come back in 1 year. I don't know, right? So
The only thing I can imagine is it's like harvesting your data to show you ads while you're
maybe
vending
right?
at the machine. Like, hey, we know you have this, or you like Remington. Here's Remington's bullets instead of the, I don't know, generic. I don't know any bullet brands. Do you?
I don't know. Maybe it gets used to you,
Remington,
so
that's
next
what-
time you don't have to show your ID. I don't know.
But I've seen the bullets aisle, and I can see there's different brand logos and shit. I don't read the bullet aisle. But that's all I can imagine using the AI for, because otherwise, like, what's the AI gonna do? You know? Somehow the software is gonna verify the buyer's identity. Sure. And determine whether the machine matches the identification scanned. Machine matches the identification.
Yeah, it's good.
What does it mean by that? What are the machine matches?
Matches the ID and your face.
Well, that's the software's verifying the identity.
Okay.
Isn't verifying the identity attempting to match it?
Yeah, so I don't get it. So, but
You're saying this? This is American Rounds. This is the dumb company. I don't expect intelligence here. They made a bullet vending machine. Okay, that's these guys claim to fame is bullet vending machines.
there's a lot of weird
So-
vending machines in Japan. So
There
I guess,
are.
like, you know.
There are.
So maybe America just started. And they're like, well, other than squid, let's put bullets. So,
According to the CEO, yeah, let's just do bullets. It says there are 8 machines installed or in the process of being installed across 4 states.
okay.
First machine to be put in was at Fresh Value grocery store in Pell City,
Yeah, it
Alabama.
was Alabama. So
4 have since been installed in Super C Mart locations in Oklahoma, and 1 in Lowe's markets in Canyon Lake, Texas. So I guess we got 3 states. I was wrong about the 2. It's 3,
there's 4.
and soon to be a 4th. Because I'm assuming that's what they'll say next. Another one is due to be installed in Lowe's Market, Canyon Lake soon, and another is being placed in Legreese food stores in Buena Vista, Colorado.
No, cool.
They're coming to Colorado.
I'm coming to buy
I'm gonna
some
go to the
bullets.
bullet vendor live, and you guys are just gonna tune in to the
I'm-
banter.
That's when I come there. We're gonna go buy bullets. A Canadian.
Hold on,
And we're going to
how
call it
far?
Canadian buying bullets. Cause
Hold
it's
on.
legal to buy bullets. I just can't buy a gun, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't need anything, right? It's just bullets. What?
You
What's
just
the
need your
problem?
ID,
It's
so-
America.
Yeah. So,
Let's see how far it is. Oh, geez. Yeah. It turns out Colorado is huge.
yeah.
It's like 100 miles away.
Oh jeez. So,
I guess Colorado's like a couple 100 miles big. Shit.
that's not that
We're not.
far.
We're not going.
Take
Cancel.
you an hour.
Trips
Takes you
canceled.
an hour to drive there. Now, 100
Chad,
miles an hour.
I'm turning
100
around.
miles an hour. Okay.
It would take 1 hour if it drove that.
Yeah.
If we had bullet trains that could go 200 miles an hour, it'd take 30 minutes. Or like 400 mile an hour bullet
You
trains
know
could 2
math?
minutes.
Holy moly. Jeez.
Dude, if we had 800 mile an hour bullet trains, it would only take 7 minutes to get there.
Okay. Is there anything
We
else?
could
on
take the
this?
bullet train to get bullets.
There you go.
Looks like a little bit more. We have over 200 store requests for AARM, Automated Ammo Retail Machine Units. So they have 200 stores who want these. Not only have they rolled some out, they've got their places are demanding them,
But imagine getting
Right.
sales 24/7, right? But people are
which
gonna
will put
steal
them up to
these.
9 states. If you
People
look
are
at all
gonna
the
steal these. They're
places
gonna
that
sit
want them.
outside of a store. They do it to ATMs. Why aren't they going to do it to bullets? You know?
Oh, for sure. And this is like a dangerous cash pot because, like, depending on what they do with the bullets,
Yeah.
it could be even worse.
Watch them just be like 22 bullets or something. That's all you can get.
Also, like, this is talking about underage purchasers. Like, what's going to stop some kids from getting access
Yeah.
to these bullets? Like, come on.
So,
But it says they have state-of-the-art ID scanners combined with facial recognition before a transaction can be made. So, like, how could you fail?
yeah. Well,
It's not like facial
record.
recognition has been defeated by printer paper.
So,
Oh, wait, it has?
So-
Shit, this just in. Facial recognition still loses to a photograph. A photograph of the person.
well,
It recognizes it as the face of the person, it
maybe
turns
it's
out.
better.
Did you
Maybe
know that?
that's what the AI's
Did you
doing.
know
It's
that?
like, maybe it's like that's a
I
piece of
could take-
paper. That's what the AI does. It's like,
it's-
that's a piece of
no.
paper. Good
It's
try.
not, no.
But it's still like that, right? So,
I am AI. Bye-bye. Apparently,
okay.
there will be no limit on the amount of ammo you can buy, except when the machine runs out of ammo.
Okay. Kind of like
Okay, that's Oklahoma.
machines would be stocked every 2 weeks to 4.
Or, if you're clearing it out every day, they'll probably restock it every day. That's
Jermaine, are
money.
you gonna go use a vending machine? Bullet vending machine?
This is a stock image of ammunition.
Yeah, not even the bullet. I want to see the machine, but
I would do too, but they clearly don't have the machine.
yeah.
Well, hold on, maybe we could find it. Bullet vending machine. Because these exist. They say they have them installed. We should be able to see it. I think this is it. Because it said AARM, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, here, just let me just pull up the search itself. Might be selfish here.
Okay, just
See what I'm
just a
seeing.
typical
It's
vending
like,
machine.
yeah. It's got a touchscreen.
But
with
see,
card
that's
stuff
inside
over
a
here.
place, so that's not going to be 24/7 because unless that diner.
Wait,
that's
what
a
about
diner.
this one? Look at this one. This one's the old school rings. Like, the rings,
Yeah,
how
oh,
they circle,
Okay.
and then you just type in the code B14, and that's this
Yeah.
bullets. Oh, I meant the bullets right above
Wouldn't
it.
that be crazy if it falls and just hits the ground at the right angle and goes off?
Yeah,
Like
that would be.
very rare, but it could happen.
Literally, look at this. This is a
bag
package
ammo,
of bullets
just a bag of bullets,
for
right?
$21 for 50 bullets. Is that what that means? 50? Is that 50? It doesn't seem like 50. No, I don't know. Maybe that's 50 bullets.
So
Or maybe 50 is like the size of the bullet. 50
yeah.
cal or 50 millimeter or something. But yeah,
Yeah.
they literally. It's that first one, the touchscreen. I don't know if they all look like that because these other ones don't.
Maybe it's a
Whoa,
look at
here's a
that,
gun
That's
machine.
fake. That's gotta be fake. Yeah. Just some
Texas
fucking
Governor Abbott approves use of vending machines for firearms sales. What do you mean it's gotta be fake?
bullshit. Yeah, that's not.
We
yeah.
have multiple states with bullet vending machines, and this is what you call fake?
Yeah, that's what I'm not buying.
Which
that.
one? Oh, I meant to say B2. I wanted this gun.
Yeah,
I got
so-
this one.
Yeah.
Damn
Good
it.
try. All right.
Okay, but look, they've got all this information. You can't just, you gotta, you must be 21. It says right there. That's the AI. Here's
Yeah.
the AI. Let's zoom up on this red part here, I believe. Interesting. I wonder why they don't all look the same. That tells me some of these aren't real. This one actually has their
Well, like,
American
maybe they're
Rounds
independent.
label. That's the company name.
Maybe they're
right there,
independent
American
vending
Rounds.
machines. Like, yeah.
Well,
so
yeah.
America,
This
they
one
own
has
it,
the.
but then the person who goes and sells them is independent, so he buys them from American, whatever you call it.
Maybe. You don't think this is real?
It might be real, but they ain't real guns. Like that's real. Might
Look,
be
it says
real
real,
display.
conceptual, and fictional.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, well, some of this isn't real. The story we're on is real. Oh, dang, I can't just hit back because it thinks I went somewhere every time I clicked a picture.
Okay. Well, I don't know if
I
there's anything
thought it
else
was
you
a
wanna-
lie. I thought it was a joke, but it's not.
Okay.
I got some calls about ammunition being sold in grocery stores and vending machines. That was a lie. That was a joke. No, this is America. Welcome to America, and here's the states. And you're not shocked as soon as you see the states that's happening and we're doing it. Texas, Alabama, like we're not shocked who's doing this. A federal license is not required to sell ammunition. However, commercial sales of ammunition must comply with state laws as well as any applicable federal laws. So yeah, I don't need no license. So that's why they say they could just put it anywhere, like a grocery store. And they can, because they are. We'll see. I mean, like I said, I'm going to get one in my state, so hopefully they put one closer to me, though. That's a little far to go.
Alrighty. Well, you wanna?
Apparently, they had to update this article twice. This is real. They tweeted out. It is. Isn't that crazy? The more you know about America. Oh God, the next one's about America too, isn't it?
Well, no, yeah, read it, but it's not just America.
Oh, this one's not necessarily bad. Hey, actually, this is kind of you've been wanting this, right?
Yeah. Take it away.
Al Jazeera has our next article. Why are U.S. states school districts banning smartphones in schools? Why are you asking easy, obvious questions?
And it says, right, many experts around the world say smartphones pose a danger to children's mental health. But does banning phones help?
Doesn't hurt.
Yeah, well, see, everybody always says this. I know maybe it's the old man in me, but they're like, well, what happens if there's an emergency and I'm at school? You know what we did? We went to the
Yelled.
office. No,
We yelled and ran and found somebody. Like, it wasn't the end of the world.
You said, hey, ma'am, can I go to the office to call my mom? And you knew the number. You didn't have to look at your phone because you knew your mom's and dad's phone number. Which, I'm not going to lie.
I still know it.
Yeah, I do. Actually, no. My mom changes hers like every 3 months, so I can't remember hers. But my dad doesn't. But my mom literally changes hers every 3 months because she loses her phone every freaking few days. But
I know the landline that no one would pick up anymore because they don't even live there
I think
anymore.
there's a landline there.
But I still know it because it's from that era where we knew numbers.
You know, yeah.
Now, but we're from both, so now that I have a whole bunch of numbers I don't know.
But that's the thing, me too. Like what I'll do sometimes is I won't actually program their names so I can people when I meet them, so I can try to remember their number. Because it is a good skill to remember. Like you're not always gonna have your phone on you.
Yes, I am.
Well, I guess
God damn it, Mike! No, this is the argument. I knew it was coming. All right. You sound just like my fucking math teachers telling me you're not gonna always have a calculator in your pocket. I yelled at them, and they were wrong, and you're wrong.
No,
I will always have my.
Jermaine says that because they don't want videos of teachers abusing kids. They know what you do.
That's the real thing.
What you do then? You set up cameras in every goddamn classroom. Then that.
Well, what about privacy? You know.
There is no there is no privacy with cameras in the class. So like, come on, you know, like, yeah. So now. Now, the thing is, don't take it from the kid, but if the kid pulls it out during class, you take it from them. Make it rules like that. Like, you do not, like, if you keep it in your pocket, keep it off, yes. Now, that's going to be a hard thing because it's an addiction. Phones are addictive. Like.
Yes, I do agree we don't need to strip search the kids to make sure they don't have a phone.
Right, no, but,
Is that what you mean by taking it if they pull it out?
Yeah, exactly, right? But like,
don't strip search the kids. Gotcha. I'm on board with don't strip search kids.
So, no, like
I'm also on board with no school resource officers because that's not helpful.
Well, but yeah, that's what this article says.
Yeah, I mean, in which states and to
my
what level
province
are they
just
banning
did it too. The province of Alberta just banned from K to 12.
Now, because the other thing is like high school age. Why are we taking a phone away from a high schooler?
Yeah. Well,
let's say I'm doing my history report. I got to look up like what the hell did that peanut guy? What was that peanut guy's name? The guy that invented all those uses for the peanut. He's like Is George Washington something?
What did you do back in the day?
Why can't I pull out my phone and look that
what
up?
did
It's
you
George
do
Washington
What
Carver.
did you do back in the day in a classroom?
I went to the library.
Yes, there you go. There
It
you
took
go.
a long time to get to an answer. Why force somebody to take the effort way?
So-
We made it less effort way.
So, but
This is kind of like them making your kid walk uphill for no reason. Like, why? We built cars. You don't need to walk uphill both directions anymore. We built a better future. Like, why does everybody want to kick the ladder out from behind them or make everybody suffer the same way they suffered? Like, there's no reason.
so,
There's no good reason to make everyone suffer as much as the previous. So when you get to high school, when you can actually use it beneficially for your studies, I don't see a good argument for taking it away anymore. The problem is people, like parents are giving their like 6-year-olds phones. Like 6 to 10-year-olds with phones, you're not using it for the benefit of your studying.
very good
You
at
can't
this.
be. You don't even know how to. That's constructive thinking. You're not even able to do yet. Like how do you know how to Google how to multiply something? Like,
yeah.
what do you like? And the answer you're gonna get is gonna be like different from what the teacher just said.
yeah.
It's not.
But like,
Like, so it's not useful at that age, and that's the age where I don't see it's useful at all. And give them a flip phone.
okay,
You know,
yeah.
to Jermaine's
That's
point.
what does say smartphone. It
Oh, no,
does
wait, no, that's
specify-
not. That's not Jermaine's point.
Yeah.
That was your point about emergencies. His point was abusing kids. Now, if we want to catch these kids, these parents, not these parents, these teachers who are diddling kids, yeah, we got to give all the kids phones. It's the only way. Every kid has a phone. Actually, you know what? Fuck phones. Child body cams. Why don't we just have child body cams?
Well, some kids.
Surely nothing
yeah.
bad will happen.
Why am I having such a hard time with this? Jeez. I'm struggling here.
CPS says the parents can't take a phone that they didn't buy from the child. What's that mean?
That's true. I've seen that before.
Now, if CPS is going to say that the parent can't take the phone, who's to say that the teacher could just take the phone? Because you were saying, you know, if they pull it out, just take it from them. Well, if CPS is saying even the parent can't take it from them, you think a teacher can?
Yeah.
Without getting in
that's-
trouble?
I don't know.
You're
Some
not even the
parents
parent.
have
You're
this,
just some other adult human who doesn't want legal trouble, right? You gonna fuck with my phone, teacher? And as soon as they start reaching for their phone, be like, "Ah, he's touching my penis."
Or what they'll do,
That's all I would yell if I'm a kid. I just start yelling, "The teacher's trying to touch my penis," and he goes
Yeah.
for my phone.
Or what they'll do, they'll come up with some kind of device that blocks transmissions from the school, and you can't even get on the Wi-Fi or something.
The military
You know,
has that.
EMT.
We should have just really
So-
shitty Wi-Fi in schools.
Yeah.
Have access, but have shitty access.
Yes.
That's like kids will give up. Remember
Yeah.
when we had shitty access to the internet?
Um,
We didn't use it as much. You know why?
So,
It was annoying. You
Yeah.
were kind of nerdy if you had time to wait for it.
yeah. Oh yeah, I remember back in the day. But yeah,
Mhm,
I think it's good. But we should get in the article and see what it says. So
No, hold on. We got a stock photo.
yeah. So
Look.
Yeah.
They're all using it for the
yeah.
assignment. Is that the teacher?
Maybe like they got no pens, no paper. Scroll down. It's like okay, they do got pens.
Children
but
using
okay.
smartphones in a classroom. Shutterstock.
Yeah.
This is fake. This is generated.
Yeah, it looks pretty. Look at the fingers. Wait, go
For
back
real.
up again. Look at the
Oh,
fingers.
I don't know if it was AI generated. Let's see.
Yeah, no, I don't know. The fingers look okay. Wait, that one kid's hand looks kind of weird, but it could just be the angle.
Yeah.
But okay.
They got the counts of fingers right, which is huge.
Yeah. All
The
right.
pinky's weird, but honestly, it could be real. Los Angeles. Are you shocked?
California. Wow. I am kind of
I was-
shocked. So,
Has joined a growing list of United States school districts, states, and cities restricting the use of smartphones in public schools amid a debate over the effects of social media and technology on children and young people. I don't know. This is where we try out all of our little cool progressive ideas. We try them out over in California, remember?
yeah. Yes. I now again like depends on how they do it. I can bet it's super frustrating when there's a teacher at the front of the class teaching these kids and they're all on their phones, not paying attention, texting, getting phone calls, text, you hear the phone go off, biddle-doo, biddle-doo. It would be pretty annoying, not just for the teachers, but the other students who want to learn. So I do get that. I do 100% get not having a cell phone in class. And yeah, if people heard about emergencies, well, like I said, there's other ways to call parents, so.
Yeah. So this is last month, the Los Angeles Unified School District Board, which is responsible for 1,000 schools. A lot of schools. Approved a resolution to develop a policy to ban student use of cell phones and social media platforms within 120 days.
Okay.
Wait, what? The policy itself would not be implemented until 2025. But 2025 is not 120 days away.
Well, that's the platforms. They need. Oh yeah, I don't know. Cell phones and social media platforms within 120 days. I don't get what that means. So.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. All right.
However,
so.
yeah, California passed legislation in 2019 that allows school districts to restrict smartphone usage during school hours, with the exception of emergencies.
Okay. Well, there's a point for emergencies, right? So.
Gavin Newsom here. When children and teens are in school, they should be focused on their studies, not their screens. Which is exactly what he sounds like.
Yeah, because he's gonna run for president when Joe Biden crap. So.
Why?
Yeah,
Why bother with Newsom? He's running in the safest state to run in.
Wait,
that doesn't show you have any skill.
Governors have term limits. He's only on his second.
Right, but
term.
like this doesn't show you have skill.
Yeah, but
you played the layup tournament and won the layup tournament.
Joe Biden won.
The presidency's not the layup job; it's the slam dunk job. Like, come on, man. This dude's been playing in California. This is not where hard politics. This is not. Come on, man. Look, I'm from Delaware or wherever.
Gavin Newsom or Trump. Come on. So, people hate.
What do you mean?
Like if they came
You
down.
could put anybody next to Trump. What do we just like? This is just like when you're a fan of wrestling.
Kamala Harris is going to beat Trump? No.
Possibly.
No way would she be. She's beating Joe Biden right now, the nominee, which is very bizarre. Because
if you think about it, Trump has already lost to Biden. So if Kamala can beat Biden, that's transitive property. If A beats B and B beats C, then A beats C.
It doesn't always work that way. So.
No, because if it's the triangle of mage, archer, and melee, then of course no, because it's like rock paper scissors. It's probably better than the mage one.
So yeah, we did talk about last week. U.S. Surgeon.
But you could fantasy book any match you want.
General Vivek Murthy called for warning labels to be added on social media. So we did talk about that last week, or 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, Vivek.
Yeah, Vivek, not that Vivek. It's Vivek.
Yeah.
This is Vivek. So,
well, no, this one should be Vivek as well. It's spelled the same.
Well, I'm gonna call him
spelled
Vivek.
the same.
I'm gonna call him Vivek because. Yeah.
Especially is associated with significant mental health harms for adolescents. The Surgeon General's warning label, which requires congressional action, would regularly remind parents and adolescents that social media has not been proved safe. But you can't prove something safe, so.
But yeah.
Reword your thought there. Because water is not safe. Oxygen's not safe.
Where else have smartphones been banned? Ohio, Indiana, Oklahoma, and Florida have already imposed statewide restrictions on these smart public phones. I wonder how that's going for them.
I don't know. Is America better yet? This was supposed to fix all the problems, wasn't it?
Well, you gotta wait 10 years until these kids get out and start becoming politicians, you know.
So the Indiana Senate Bill 185, which bans students from using a device during school teaching hours, was signed into law by Governor Eric Holcomb in March and took effect on July 1st.
Okay, so the kids.
Why not Eric Holcomb versus Trump?
Aye.
Why not this guy?
Because he's not as popular as governor.
He's a governor from a state.
Yeah, but how many? What's a population?
He's just a governor.
What's a population of Indiana compared to California?
Oh, so we're using number of people, so it's just always going to be California? No, you can't do that because it'll always be California. You can't do that.
I still think
we have one state
who's
that has
at the
more
debate.
people.
Who's at the debate with Biden? Holcomb,
you can't say that Eric doesn't matter.
Newsom was there right beside Biden.
Eric matters. I want you to say it. Eric matters.
No.
Eric has plenty of
Governor
constituents.
Mike DeWine of Ohio did something
Indiana
similar.
Definitely has votes. They count. They matter.
And last month, the Ohio Governor Mike DeWine.
Arguably Indiana is more significant in the upcoming election than California, since California is so predictable to go, blue. Indiana is not as predictable.
Signed his bill 250 requiring school districts to limit smartphone use using classrooms to reduce district. So
why not Mike DeWine versus Trump?
What's
up, Mike?
Because again, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you just lost it. So. But they all just did it this year, so none of this has any.
What is wrong with this website?
What is wrong with you? So, in class to reduce distractions, the bill leaves it up to local school administrations to create their own smartphone bans. So, see, he's going out another way. He's like, okay, well, your administrations pick it. Seems like Eric.
Do whatever you want, schools, which you already could.
Yeah. Okay.
You didn't need his ability. If you're leaving it up to the school administrators, you did nothing.
But
They quite literally already can decide this. I know that because they decided that my t-shirts were inappropriate, or girls' socks were inappropriate, or their skirts were inappropriate. They've already just been making up rules that
As
they
you
didn't
go,
need a
yeah.
bill saying it's okay to do. These are schools. We all went to schools, right? Did we all forget? Did we like shit our fucking pants and forget that schools make up all kinds of stuff? Like you have to ask permission to go pee. No, you can't leave. Piss your pants, apparently. Which is literally a crime anywhere else except a school.
Yeah, well, my work tried
To do that to somebody, it's a fucking crime for your company to do that.
on me, but that didn't go
Yeah, it's like it's a fucking. So like, I don't know. When it says the bill leaves it up to schools, you did nothing, Mike. Have some balls, like
that's why. So
have some balls, like Eric
can't even
Holcomb,
remember Eric's
my
name.
man,
See, that's what I mean. You have to scroll up to see Eric's
next
name.
president.
You know, that's
Look,
why he doesn't
the
matter.
more we say
So-
Eric and Holcomb, the
Yeah.
more you'll know it. Did you know Joe's name back in 2004?
2004. I didn't.
Mhm.
You're right. So
I had to go back ways because of
I was
Obama.
like, but I was like 13 then. So you know.
Thanks
like,
a lot, Obama,
you know,
making me
15.
have to go forever ago.
So yeah, so they all signed their own rules in, so it's all the same. I don't know if this is gonna have anything else in here really.
In February, the Oklahoma Senate Appropriations Committee also decided to impose a ban restricting the use of smartphones in schools. Senate Bill 1314, students are banned from using smartphones while on public school campuses.
Okay.
Oh, that doesn't sound like it has any wiggle room for those
Is
emergencies.
there a ban? Yeah.
And also, it sounds like you're going to check them to make sure they don't have one?
Well, I don't know how they do that.
Or how are you going to...
I wonder if that's already happening because it was in
How are you
February.
going to implement that ban?
Be normal,
So-
kids, like kids were prior to social
How about
media.
Florida?
It's important that
Florida.
social media more problems. Social media causes more problems than it solves. I do agree with that. Even for myself, I had to get rid of most of my socials because it's just bad for you. Just it. It's
Yeah, socializing's good.
Well, social media can be bad for you. So
Well, social media...
socializing's good, right?
You can't make an affirmative statement. Literally, this article said that we don't know.
So
You
Florida
don't know that
Governor
it
Ron
causes
DeSantis
harm.
said
You don't know that it
in
maybe
May,
it helps.
after passing
You
a
know?
law banning smartphones and other wireless devices in school during teaching hours. So
Yeah, that's Florida. That's one of them on the list.
I can
too,
still put
so.
a Walkman.
Why not Ron DeSantis versus Donald Trump?
He already tried that. So
No, that was he tried to run as a Republican. Has he
Yeah.
tried as a Democrat?
because they'll friggin' vote in a toad over DeSantis. Come on, so they're not gonna
What's
nominate
happening?
DeSantis. Yeah. But yeah.
Florida law also blocks students' access to Wi-Fi and requires that social media literacy be taught in schools. What do you think about those two things? We were talking about make the internet shitty.
Yeah.
So blocking
what?
the access to Wi-Fi, straight up doing what I said.
Teaching about health risks, yeah, because it is gonna be it is a big thing now. So
Yeah, but how do you
teach
how
what
do you
they don't
teach
know.
that? Like,
Yeah,
what
I
do
don't know.
Well, what do you mean that they don't know? I mean, like, have you ever been a kid?
But like, what I'm talking about, like, but they don't know what else is. But if you think about it,
The
people,
kids are
no,
just-
this
we
is
already
why
know
social
this
media is
shit. You can't
bad.
teach me
This
nothing.
is why
I already
social
know
media
that.
is bad. But this is what happens: is one kid they're broke, but they're friends with a whole bunch of other kids on Facebook, or not Facebook now, but Snapchat. Okay, because they don't use Facebook. But they're on Snapchat. Then they see their friends on boats. They see their friends on cruises with their parents, and they're like, "Oh, well, I didn't even get anything for Christmas this year." So stuff like that can make people depressed. That's just one of the symptoms. There's many
Yes,
other
a lot of
right?
things
So-
in the world could make a person sad, and some people would say that encountering those things sooner is actually better
Yeah, well,
to
some
prepare
people-
you
and some people
for
say it's
life
bad for
instead
you
of
as well.
coddling you by
Yeah.
saying, "No, you can't go on this scary internet. It might scar you for life."
But that's not what it's saying. But
Others
it's also
might say,
saying that, like, when you're at school,
if I try
they
to-
sit at home all night and they sit on social media while they're at school for that 6 hours. They should be paying attention.
Great,
to
great.
whatever-
Extremes.
whatever
You
it
can,
is,
you can
so.
name an extreme. Great, but that doesn't make it true for everyone. Yeah, somebody could sit there for hours on end,
And they
or
do.
somebody could do something extreme.
So, yeah.
But that doesn't mean you should make a ban of something. I'm usually against bans, so I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I'm against this.
So,
Censorship and bans are almost always bad, especially since this all started with saying they don't know.
Well, censorship is this isn't.
They don't know
censorship.
if this causes harm or not. And when you say social media, I mean that's really just
Phones
people
in
being
general.
social.
So.
And if you socialize with more and more people, the likelihood of you having an interaction that makes you sad goes
Flipping
up,
through
right?
TikTok for 6 hours at 2
Right?
in the morning is not socializing. No, that's not like.
According to whom?
That's looking up. That's not socializing. That's just doom scrolling. You're looking at.
Define- What's your definition of socializing then?
Well, what?
'Cause I need to know that, 'cause
Let's
it's
look up the
clear.
definition then.
Because it's clearly not what mine would be.
Sitting in your room alone, flipping through your phone is not socializing. So.
Socializing, the action or practice of participating in social activities or mixing socially with others.
Yeah.
So you don't think that the internet is a social activity?
Okay, I did not say the internet. I'm talking about TikTok now. Either it's that social media that you sit there and you scroll, and the kids are addicted to, and they scroll and they scroll.
And you
they
don't
scroll.
think that's socializing?
That's not socializing, no.
So you don't think it's the action or practice of participating in social activities?
Well, again, you're doing something by yourself. That's it's talking about doing it.
You're not.
Yeah, you're not.
The internet doesn't work by yourself. We watched
yeah.
Last Man on Earth. How would the internet have worked for Tandy?
Yeah. Okay.
Don't spoil her and tell everybody that there's a ton of other people alive on that show.
So.
Don't do that.
All right, but that's the thing, though. Like, okay, well, that's a show as well, not real life, but.
No, it definitely is a form of socializing. The question is it a damaging form? Okay. I don't know that the answer is clear. The scientists haven't come with an answer. Well,
when the kids are not getting sleep because they're doom screaming, not even kids, adults too. Let's scratch a fact. People, let's scratch a fact about the age.
Do we have an epidemic of people not getting sleep? Is that happening?
It's been pretty bad.
Or is that more of a feeling?
So,
or is it something demonstrated by something scientific?
We'll have to look into it. Maybe we should get a grant from the government and look into that. So I don't know.
Look, I mean, it's something happening. If there's actually like a phenomenon of people like literally losing sleep over social media, you'd think there would already be studies happening. There probably were. You could probably just find those studies instead of doing your own, right? Like you could look for scientific journals where they publish these things. That's literally the purpose of those. You know, you don't have to reinvent it. Scientists are a community who check each other. You know, hey, you do that. You check people on Twitter, right? You're part of that Twitter checking. So, you're a scientist, basically. You should understand this. Knowledge is power, and you're denying these children knowledge.
Again, looking at someone dig a friggin'
Michigan. Remember Flint, Michigan?
Yeah.
Well, in Flint, Michigan, they're banning phones in school buildings and on school buses.
Buses, I don't get that, but
no, because you're more likely to need it for the emergency there. Like it's way more likely you'll have a road problem than a school day problem. Although that's probably getting sadly closer with how America is with their schools.
All right, well, I think we should move on to the next story here.
You know, New York did it too.
Yeah.
No. New York said she intends to pursue a statewide ban in schools for 2025. That's Governor Kathy Hochul. How about Kathy Hochul versus Donald Trump?
Maybe.
That's another governor. We don't have to be Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, it's Jimmy Newsom.
Hey, there's all types of people, and it could be a state that wasn't so easy to win. It doesn't have to be New York. This was also an easy state.
So, then her as VP.
Why are smartphones in schools a problem? Well, according to teachers, smartphones are a major distraction. Yeah, for sure. That's unarguable. They're a distraction.
Yeah.
But don't you already have rules about distractions in the classroom?
Which is no fun.
They did when I was growing up. This is just a new form of doing a distraction. How is this different than my graphing calculator that had blackjack installed?
So, yeah.
Legitimately, how is it different? It's more fun. Oh.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
You know what?
And
you can't make me pay attention if I don't want to.
The teachers didn't really know what you're doing. They actually thought you were doing work. So.
And who didn't have a book that had the middle carved out so you could put your Game Boy in the book, so it looks like you're reading a book, but you're really playing, Pokemon Red and Blue.
See, yeah, okay, but yeah, so they're distraction, you know that.
7 in 10 teachers say that students being distracted by cell phones is a major problem in their classroom. And that was high school. Compared with 33% of middle school teachers and 6% of elementary school teachers.
But that probably is because the younger you get, the less they have phones. I'm assuming that has a lot to do with it, right? So.
Well, yeah, but they're saying that the problem is biggest at the high school level, the level where I was saying, like,
oh, don't
you
worry
actually
about it.
can use the phone as a helpful tool, and they're saying, oh, no, they're distracting themselves. How much is that as the teacher just deciding...
Then know
you're
what they
distracted,
do. Then they have a laptop they have laptops in every classroom with one program on it where they can do their classwork and they do the math work and do the research without. There's software for that. It's in there that you can do work. I'm sure there is. Now kids can hack it. They know what they're doing, but no phones and give every kid a laptop to have at their desk. Problem solved.
Yeah, that's not that doesn't work. We can't afford pencils.
I know that's not gonna work. So
There's literally
What?
schools who can't afford pencils. You know, they send the list to every student who's going to that school and say you must bring this stuff or you will not be able to be educated. You have to bring all this yourself. We're not going to supply any of it.
Yeah.
We can't afford paper, erasers, pencils, crayons, colored pencils, pens, none of it. Here's your list. Oh, but by the way, somehow we have laptops for you. Here you go.
Yeah. Well.
You know, some schools do, but not all of them. The vast majority of, it's one of those things where you could look at our cool poverty zoning laws, our racist zoning laws, and see who's going to get the laptops and who's not.
Okay.
So no, just saying roll out a bunch of devices. No. How about don't do the ban on this? You already have a rule in place. You're inventing a rule for something you already had a rule for. That's what I would tell these schools is piss off. And that's what I tell all these legislators. These schools already have a distraction policy. What do you want? How is this different than a short skirt or a t-shirt that says fuck off, drink beer? Which is, they made me turn it inside out.
Yeah.
It didn't say fuck. The U was a skull. It said F skull CK. That's not a word. That's 3 letters near the picture.
It's not. Bad high school memories.
It's not, and they made me.
Sorry.
So when you say like, oh, they can't take it, no, they can do anything they want. All right, just you don't need these fucking bills and legislation.
Yeah, they
so
sent,
I'm
they
opposed
sent
to
me.
all of
They
it.
sent me home because I wore a costume for Halloween one year, and they sent me home. So, and like that's inappropriate. So, and I was just wearing a green dress and a wig. That's all it was.
Well,
you're not allowed to do that.
You're not allowed to distract yourself or others.
I was grade 7,
say, right?
The green dress.
If I told you were distracting,
the green dress went down to my ankles. It was a Halloween costume, you know.
Right. Sure.
You know,
I literally have no problem with it, but their argument's going to be, well, that's a distraction.
So
I've hated
it was Halloween.
that,
People were in costumes
since I was a kid.
You know,
I haven't,
come on. So.
But I haven't changed my opinion on this since I was a kid. Like, I still say, fuck your rules. Your rules still don't make sense, man. Like,
I think
censorship and shit don't make sense.
I think we're done with this story. We should maybe move on to the next one.
I know, I keep scrolling, but look, that's like halfway. And I've literally been idly scrolling while not, like, does banning smartphones in schools work? You don't, right here. Little research has been done. That's it. Little research has been done. We don't know.
Right? So it's
inconclusive. That's why I said we don't know. So you can't be sure.
I'll let you know
I can't be sure
once we find out here. So.
But my side of the not sure is don't implement the bans and the censors because we're not sure. I don't want to be on the side that does it just in case the bans and censors do make sense and do work. Let's do it in case it works. That's not how I operate. Prove it, then we'll do it. That's how I like to do it.
And this is going to be a quick one, I'm sure.
Speaking of prove it, this one is going to be kind of quick. We cover wrestling here on the Borderline Banter now. This is our wrestling segment.
We did talk about it just the other day. So
we're going to try every single episode to have one article about wrestling from here on.
That's not true, but okay. So
you just made me promises broke, promises kept. I can't even do promises made, nothing. I got nothing. Toronto Sun. I think that Canada's only talking about this because this happened in Canada, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Money in the Bank. John Cena returns. Announces WWE retirement. So he's back, but he's retiring.
Yeah, well, not for a while. Now, speaking
so
of
we were doing that story about wrestling. Yeah. I thought it was talking about an event this weekend in Canada. It was, I think that event must have been this.
And we were talking about Make-A-Wish. We were talking about Make-A-Wish, and John Cena has actually done the most Make-A-Wish things for anybody. And I think it's over 700 wishes he's done.
Is it over 700? I knew it was over 600.
It's over 700 wishes he's
them.
done. So, he's a good guy. He's actually a genuinely good human being. And a lot of people are, but not as good as him. Like, he takes it seriously. He cares about people. You can actually tell. He's not in it for just the money. So. But yeah.
You can have positive aspects about yourself while still being an absolute piece of shit Chinese sympathizer.
Is he just a Chinese sympathizer?
Oh, you don't remember when he learned Chinese so that he could apologize?
No, I don't.
To China? So, okay. Look that up. John Cena apologizes to China.
Okay.
And then let me know how good of a guy he is overall.
All right.
So here's World Wrestling Entertainment legend John Cena acknowledges the crowd during his surprise return at Money in the Bank in Toronto. Okay, yeah, so it's Toronto. on Saturday, July 7th. He announced he will be returning in 2025 for one final year, after which he will retire from in-ring competition. Oh, okay, so he's not retiring yet.
Yeah, I think it's next year at WrestleMania 25.
Yeah.
So.
Shocking. Well, yeah, I mean, if he timed it, if he says 1 year, it'd be next year at Money in the Bank, right? That's completely unrelated, but yeah. So I don't believe him. But oh yeah, this article does talk about his Make-A-Wish. He's done more than anyone.
Okay, so I did look that up. So he apologized because apparently he called Taiwan a country, but he said sorry for it.
Yeah. He apologized to China for calling Taiwan a country.
Okay, that is pretty dirty.
Weird thing. Chinese sympathizing, kind of a weird thing. Hey, by the way, I'll just say this now. Taiwan's a country.
Yeah, it is a country, yeah. And China's trying to invade it as we speak.
Fuck you! Wow. See, I'm not taking it back either. How hard was that, Cena? Dude, this is the dude who walked out naked on some Academy Awards stage just recently.
Oh, yeah?
He had the balls to walk out there completely naked, but not to say Taiwan's a country with his chest.
Yeah, so that's... Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't see that at the time. That's crazy.
So, well, that's why I said one aspect of him, like these Make-A-Wish things, it's definitely good. He's done 700 plus of these things that are nothing but good. But also, he fucking loves China.
Or he's not.
And says sorry, oopsie, whoopsie, I really love you.
I'd like to know more about, like, did China threaten him? Did he just bow down? Did they give him $1 billion?
They threatened him, I think. I think there was a financial threat involved.
Oh, yeah? So,
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. But I don't really know. Dude has a lot of money. You think he can still tell him to fuck off. Like, this is like the modern day Hulk Hogan. Like, this is, as far as, I mean, that's the equivalence. He's the top guy, or was for 20 plus years, it says. I don't see him, though. I can't see him. That was his saying. You can't see me. So, yeah, apparently that was the big thing you could have seen if you had been there. It said, I want to talk about Canada.
Yeah.
What?
I didn't see.
Why here? Yeah, why here? I want to talk about that for a second. I want to talk about Toronto. Matter of fact, I want to talk about Canada. Matter of fact, I want to talk about Canadians. You see, I've been doing this a while. I've been in WWE for over 2 decades. And in that time, I've seen incredible waves of prosperity like we got right now. I've also seen tremendous hardship. So in all those years, one of the most important, one of the most impressive things that I learned is whether the WWE is hot or cold, Canadians always show up.
Well, Canadians love their wrestling. Like, there's a big wrestling thing in here. Like, they do.
Canadians have been wrestling fans forever. I mean, Bret Hart, Owen Hart, Hart Foundation, all that.
So,
you know, they got the origins up there.
Yeah, we had the Stampede Wrestling. The Stampede is on right now. It's a big thing, but it's not on anymore. But Stampede Wrestling, there'd be 10 days of wrestling every day. Big event, right? So
I think the rest of this is just talking about their event, like trying to sell. We're not trying to sell the pay-per-view here.
For sure, yeah.
So
yeah, and we're getting a little late.
Apparently,
2 more stories.
Toronto native Trish Stratus hosted the event, though. Do you know Trish?
Not at the top of my head. So
she's a Canadian.
Yeah.
You're supposed to all know each other.
There's like about 12. I don't know. That must be one.
Okay, what about Ryland James?
That's the other one. I don't know. Son of a bitch.
Apparently, sang the national anthem. I don't know if that's a wrestler or just a singer.
I don't know. Probably just a singer. Ryland James. Yeah. All right.
But yeah, no, that's I don't believe John Cena will actually retire at the end of the year. I say that because of people like Ric Flair, who said that they would retire like 20 times. And that motherfucker still wants to wrestle. Doctors are like, we're not responsible if you die. Is basically, they're like giving him forms that say we're not responsible anymore. That's the kind of wrestling he has to do now.
Okay.
So I thought this was interesting. I mean, I don't know. Do you have ice cream trucks in Canada?
Yes. I thought this was a song about Joe Biden. Sorry.
Oh,
I mean, like
well, kind of could be.
What is that ice cream?
So
I'm trying to think of that. Do.
Like literally just this weekend, we had an ice cream truck because we went to Cold Stone, but we like on the way to Cold Stone had an ice cream truck drive by us.
No, yeah, we do have ice cream trucks, and it's the same. There's 2 or 3 songs that I've ever heard on them. That's it. So.
And do they have to play those?
Here.
That's what I'm wondering, because this is what I found out today. Almost all ice cream truck music is controlled by one company.
That seems
a small Minnesota-based company controls the vast majority of ice cream van music Like they just own it. And
Yeah. Okay. Well, what are the songs? Teddy Bear Picnic. So.
what I don't know. I mean, do you think they have names for the songs?
Well, yeah, they must, right? So.
I mean, if you've ever heard an ice cream truck playing a little jingle as it drove down your street on a hot summer day, you've been touched by the marketing genius of Bob Nichols. You've never heard of him, but he's
No.
the guy responsible for all of the music that gets played out of nearly every ice cream truck across the country, and apparently Canada.
Across the country. Okay.
Yeah, this is talking about America, but like that's why I asked you at the beginning, like Canada.
Yeah.
You
well,
got these?
I,
And is it the same? Is it
I
the
think
ding,
it is because
ding,
I've
ding?
heard your on your TV shows, and it sounds the same. So.
So in 1973, Nichols, an electrical engineer, was watching a movie when he heard Scott Joplin's iconic 1902 ragtime song, "The Entertainer." It gave him an idea. It'd be the perfect song to get people's attention when ice cream trucks drove by. So he stole the song? That was his invention?
Well, maybe Scott Joplin.
That's cool. He just stole it. It's fine.
How long do they own rights for it to? So if you buy
Well,
the
it
rights,
might be in the
so
public domain. Yeah,
Yeah.
because this was in 1973. That was 1902. That's 71 years. Like,
that's a
if you
long
don't
time.
renew shit, I think 50 plus. I mean, 50 years should probably be enough.
Yeah.
Nichols was in a perfect position to make his dream a reality. He was the founder of Nichols Electronics, a Minnesota-based company. It supplied the music boxes to a vast majority of the ice cream trucks in the U.S. They already came preloaded with dozens of jingles, so soon after his idea, Nichols added The Entertainer to their catalogs. Fairly soon after, it became a song synonymous with ice cream trucks.
Huh. All right. I'm not gonna lie. It's like
Yeah,
89 degrees here
music
right now,
boxes.
and I could use an ice cream.
You could really go for some ice cream right
Yeah,
now?
so-
Yeah.
Hi, Dennis. Oh, hey, Dennis. How are you? I didn't see you there. Sorry. Hope you're doing good. So,
Oh. Hey.
sorry. My phone.
I was gonna say that must be in the other chat. I can. It's
No.
hard for me to actually read on the screen.
Yeah,
there,
I gotta
and,
figure
I've
something
got
out.
the
I
main
made it bigger, so.
one. We are talking about ice cream, Dennis. This is a little bit of backstory on why ice cream trucks and other vendors actually use music to entice customers. At the end of the 1800s, ice cream pushcart owners sang little verses in praise of their lemon ice cream and vanilla too to attract customers, according to the paper.
Huh.
Ding ding, the commodity aesthetic of ice cream music. Okay, so they do the little jingles because they used to sing, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good humor bar. They hired people to go around. Yeah, they actually like tried to do like, they tried to do sales like the old fashioned way instead of just buying an ad on Google.
Yeah.
Now we just buy an ad on Google and you're
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
We're just
Exactly.
getting public's attention.
We are gonna
singing.
get ice cream facts, and we're gonna get ice cream ads now. You know that, right?
We probably will. I'm okay with that. I like ice cream.
All right.
So yeah, apparently there's just Bob Nichols. That's if you learn nothing else today, Bob Nichols is all the ice cream music. That's the guy.
All right. Well, we rushed
I don't know
those
if you-
stories.
What do you mean those
The
stories?
last two, we rushed through them pretty quick.
I feel like we covered both of them entirely. Now we're done with our wrestling and ice cream portion of the
Yeah.
show.
And more.
Now let's move on to our more serious, hard-hitting
Yeah,
reporting.
that's
Mike?
unfortunately. Yeah, so from Sky News, Children's Hospital in Kyiv hit by missiles as Russia unleashes deadly brigade across Ukraine, killing at least 31. Well, that's unfortunate. I don't see Russia actually meaning to attack a hospital.
It says almost 130 injured as well
Yeah,
here.
wow.
So yeah,
attacking
this
Kyiv. 'Cause
this was Russia hitting a Ukrainian hospital.
That's crazy. Children's Hospital too. That's super messed up.
Yeah, no, this
I know
is,
it's war, but I still would hope that was an intentional.
No, that's a war
so-
crime. That's a war crime. That's not a fair target.
No, and like, so he left 130 injured. Platter Zelensky warned the people that there'd be the people trapped under the rubble at the Children's Hospital. So yeah, that's shitty.
Yeah. So what if any is Russia's response as to why they decided to strike this location?
Well, I hope.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to hear. I'm sure. Right. Like.
Children's Hospital in Kyiv. Well, I mean, we're gonna read this article, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, Russia might not respond yet.
I'm hoping these answers are in the article, and if not, I guess we'll still have the questions at the end of this. But, Children's Hospital in Kyiv has been hit by missiles as Russia unleashed a deadly barrage across Ukraine. The attack is the biggest bombardment of the Ukrainian capital for several months. Part of a wider strike across Ukraine that has left at least 36 dead and 130 others injured.
Okay. That's told us that already.
Yeah. I assume this is some of it. Rescuers work at the children's hospital. Yeah, so this is.
It is.
God, it's hard to even see a hospital in this picture, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like
That's,
where
was it?
where's
Yeah.
the hospital start? I don't, that's fucked up. But that's, I mean, bombs are crazy,
Yeah.
Here's Kyiv. See, I don't know much about like where things are. So Kyiv in Russia, so it's quite a ways from.
Yeah, but
I
don't
guess
know
they're
where
quite a
Russia is
ways
right
in
now.
at this point.
But yeah, who knows where they? I'm not.
Yeah, if this showed us where the active front was.
Yeah, that's
I
super
don't know.
unfortunate. That's super sad.
It says Kyiv, Dnipro, Pokrovsk, and Kyiv. These other 3 cities were targeted. Which these look more in line with where I think this red dash line I thought would have been their main front. So like, how'd they hit Kyiv?
I'm not drones.
I don't know.
Missiles, right? So
Maybe it's easier than I'm thinking.
oh, well, they
Kyiv targeted.
So this seems like they didn't update it probably. But in Kiev, at least 9 people, which is 36, have been killed, and 100 some odd injured. I forgot that number. In the internal attacks, which struck the I can't pronounce that word. I'm sorry. Children's Hospital, Ukraine's biggest children's medical facility. So yeah, if there's the biggest. They knew it was there. That's not cool, all right? Image appears to show young cancer patients who have been evacuated from the hospital with their parents. The hospital suffers severe damage from the attack, and some parents were in tears as they left the hospital holding their children. We heard an explosion, and they were showered with debris, said Sivak. I can't pronounce that. Yeah, that's super, super shitty.
Yeah, and they're just trying to describe this, but it's like,
yeah,
I kind of visually need to see. It's hard to imagine this accurately. It says her 2-month-old baby was unharmed. That's good. But she had suffered cuts, and her car was buried under the rubble of the destroyed building. It's like, I don't know, was there a parking garage connected to it? Like, that's what I can't
maybe
imagine.
Was a parking lot that they show. Who knows, right? But
couldn't breathe. I was trying to cover the baby. Was trying to cover him with his cloth. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some of the footage of like other like building disasters, like collapsing buildings, and it literally fills the air with like dust clouds, and it's like lingers a long time, like dangerous lingering.
There's nowhere to go, right?
And you need oxygen, so you at least need like a cloth to try to filter out some of the garbage. And you got a baby, that's gotta be scary as shit.
2-month-old too, not even just a baby. So
these are moms holding their kids outside the hospital, and I guess they've got the freaking hospital machines out there with them. I guess they
got to keep them.
Sense,
yeah, you got to keep them going, right? So.
It's no coincidence this attack comes before the NATO summit. I mean, is that part of? That's why I was asking, like, what is Russia's intent here? Is it to saber rattle, or are they claiming there was a military reason? But if it's ahead of the NATO summit, I think it's probably more of the rattling, the trying to make the other side give up, basically.
Yeah.
He's trying to make Ukraine surrender, so he's got to do something to make you surrender, right? You can't just do the same thing every day. You have to do something new and abhorrent, right? As fucked up as that is.
So this is an analysis, so maybe we can skip that. I don't.
Yeah, this is just some
lady.
You're in defense editor,
right? So.
Couldn't the exact figure for the number of children who were killed. Yeah, of course. I mean, when you bomb a hospital, it's impossible to know how many people. It sucks, but after hearing literally 30 hospitals, it was just 30 before I stopped counting in Israel. Is like, yeah, you never know the death counts in hospitals.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, Israel has been doing nothing but bombing hospitals, so nothing new as far as that. But for the Russia situation, it doesn't. We're not hearing about
like I'm not defending Russia here, but they have grabbed some of their soldiers. I'm charged them for war crimes and stuff. They've been pretty. From what I've seen, I guess I don't know 100%, but from what I've seen, it seems like both sides were trying to be pretty good with the amount of civilians.
Well, which is in theory, when you're actually having two military powers fighting, you can't be wasting your time going against civilians. Because it's way more important to take out that anti-tank missile launcher over there or that anti-aircraft missile launcher over there before sending your aircraft over there than it is to just kill those people because they're people, kind of thing. like strategically, it makes sense to go after the
There's
military
been a lot of
targets.
people who've done that over the years, right? Like,
Right.
So
And so I wouldn't be too surprised if Putin had some bullshit argument for how this hospital is a military target. But I mean, I would almost certainly disagree with Putin if he had such an argument. Of course, that is Israel's argument. Every single hospital they hit was actually a strategic military target.
Now, I'm not again not defending, but I'm hoping this was a misfire, and yes, still not right, and there should be held accountable. But
I mean, even though Russia's the bad guys, bad guys can make mistakes, right?
Like I'm like again, I know I just hate trying to say that they didn't like. You have to be careful because I've said that before and got yelled at.
We're not carrying water. We're not trying to carry water.
I'm not defending Putin, but like I don't see them actually attacking a children, especially a children's hospital. So I'm hoping, not like it already happened, but I'm hoping that it was a misfire or something went wrong, and they're like, oh shit, that didn't happen. And they come out in the next few hours and be like, look guys, we're sorry. Like, not that sorry's bring back things, but accountability is something.
Oh, here's a little bit better look at it.
Yeah.
The children's hospital after the attack.
Yeah, well, can't tell if that was some construction before or, you know, it's really hard.
I mean,
to tell.
but you could, but you could just see like every floor is like,
But
it doesn't look like you'd want to go inside this building on any floor. So.
Yeah, but some of it almost looks like it's rafting. You know, not rafting, but the rafter, like no. But yeah, it's hard to tell in that picture. But
you mean scaffolding?
Scaffolding, thank you. My bad, yeah.
No, I think what you're seeing is just the building material that is behind the walls and stuff, like the rebar. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Something like that, maybe. I don't know. I mean, can we see it before and after? I know it's fucked up.
You can probably look up the pictures, right?
Yeah.
But we can do that later.
Well, but I can. Yes, of course I can. But I'm guessing what I'm saying is News Sky.
Sky News, yeah.
I'm talking to you. Can you hypersonic attack? Hypersonic missiles. One of the most advanced Russian weapons. Flies 10 times the speed of sound, making it hard to intercept.
Yeah.
Of the 38 Russian missiles launched, the Ukrainian Air Force said it had downed 30 of them.
So yeah, well, they can't be that good then, right? So.
I mean,
like if you got 30 out of 38, those are pretty they're good odds. Like.
Yeah, but if one gets through, it takes out how many people? A whole hospital, injuring 130 and killing 31.
This is saying this is the most advanced weapon Russia has. Like,
well, it says one of, but yes.
Yeah. So.
I mean, but then the question is like, okay, 38, but how many do they have? Do they have 38 million of these missiles? Because now we're talking 8 million missiles making it through, right? And 8 million times 30 dead. These numbers start to become insane if they have a stockpile of missiles like I think Russia probably does.
I don't see Russia doing that. They don't.
Russia is a military power. Yeah. They definitely have a lot of missiles.
They do,
I don't know how many they have of this particular kind and how willing they are to use them. They also could use this as a learning exercise to get a better ratio because they had to be looking at that, right? That 30 out of 38 were down. But again, they had to be looking at that and going, how can we make sure more get through?
And again, we're talking about how far. Maybe they realize, like, oh shit, we can't control them this far from the red line, you know?
Holy shit! It says there's 40 different types of missiles.
Yeah.
How the hell do you keep track of this? This is
Yeah.
why I'm not doing that job.
Yeah.
Somebody else do that shit. Even Putin's not paying attention to 40 different kinds of missiles. He's got a guy.
Types, yeah.
He's like, hey, missile guy.
He's got several guys. Yeah.
What missiles do we use here? And the missile's got like, I got you, Pootie. That's what they call him up there.
Okay.
Pootie.
Well, that's unfortunate.
And rescuers working on whatever.
Not that things are gonna happen, but hopefully Russia takes accountability, and it again means nothing, but that shows that they're not.
Well, that's kind of all I'm really scrolling for now. Is where's Russia? Does Russia have anything, or is this like everything else where they are saying nothing? Like literally, it feels like I don't get any of their take on anything, which makes sense. I'm American. We're not allowed to know what Russia is being told by their president. We're just not allowed. I don't see anything from Putin.
Yeah, not yet.
See, these are other people. Directing attacks against civilians and civilian object is prohibited by international humanitarian law. That's what I was saying. It's literally a war crime. Obviously you're allowed to do whatever the hell you want. It's war.
But yeah,
war somebody for warring wrong? No, nobody's gonna war you over warring wrong. But there is courses of action after the fact. I mean, the Nazis, they weren't all killed during the war.
No, but They're
A
still
lot of them were
killing
killed
some.
after the war.
And some of them are
A
still
lot of
dying.
Nazis died after the
Some of
war.
them are still dying. So.
Well, some of them were, some of them have been able to die outside
Or
of.
hide. But now they're
being
being killed. Like, they're actually, like, some are being extradited to Poland and stuff at, like, 98, 99 years old. They're like, yeah, we're taking you.
Look,
So,
if you're a Nazi and you're 98,
you thought you got away with it.
you didn't get away with it. Sorry, you committed crimes against humanity. I'm gonna need you to serve your sentence now.
Is there much
Sorry,
more
buddy.
on this?
I don't think so. I'm just trying to see if Putin said anything, and I really don't think so. They're really just talking about the NATO summit that's coming up, and then the Security Council thing. Yeah.
You talking about?
They mentioned.
He's pretty cute. I know.
They mentioned some countries
Eccles.
here. What's their names?
Yeah. Well.
It said a whole bunch of countries are going to meet and talk about this.
Now, again, if Russia stands
There
up,
it
not
is.
that it's gonna change anything, but if Russia comes out and says, "Hey, we fucked up. We didn't mean to do that." You know, it's something.
You're going to forgive them?
No, not forgive him, but
Now who's holding
Yeah.
water?
no, I'm not saying forgive him, but at least that's accountability. You know, but like, hey, we promise we won't do it again because it was a mistake. I'm hoping it was a mistake because if Russia starts attacking children's hospitals, that's a problem. And heckles, we've been doing pretty good, you know, just hanging out, keeping the show busy. We're also now streaming on YouTube, so you can always check us out there if you're not on Kick.
Now, what if it comes out that Ukrainian soldiers were in the hospital?
Well, no, because let's say we're shooting missiles from there, and I don't see them doing that either. So,
What?
like, if they're in there using it as a base, I don't see them doing that. So,
I didn't say using it as base. I just said, what if we find out Ukrainian soldiers were in there?
that doesn't change anything.
That wouldn't make it okay for Russia to attack?
Well, no, because they're
Okay.
So,
Just want to make sure.
yeah.
Just want to make sure you're completely flip-floppy. Anyways.
How? What? Like, where did I say? I'm saying I'm hoping
Don't
Russia.
worry. Don't
no,
worry.
I'm
Tune in
saying
Wednesday.
I'm saying
Don't
I'm
worry.
hoping Russia.
Tune in
No.
Wednesday.
Okay, yeah,
I'll
whatever.
get my clips from
You're not
tonight
gonna listen
and
to what
my-
I'm gonna say. I'm saying I'm not approving Russia doing this. But if they come out and say, "Shit, we fucked up," I'm not saying that's gonna forgive them, but that's gonna say at least they admitted that they've done wrong and they didn't mean to do it. But if they don't say anything, that more than likely means they meant to do it. Which then, yeah, that's pretty fucked up. But thanks for trying to say I'm wishy-washy on that, because I was saying the same thing from the beginning. But
No, I'm saying you're wishy-washy because your take on Ukraine and Russia is not reflected on your take on Israel.
so, did I ever support a fucking hospital being blown up in Palestine? No, I never did. But they were shooting rockets from those hospitals. They were shooting live rockets.
There it is.
There it
That's
is.
the wishy-washy.
Okay, no, that's not the
And that's why
wishy-washy.
I asked
Because
you.
you said
That's
just
why I asked
soldiers
you
and
the
no,
question.
that's why I asked, are they in there shooting? You're like, no, they're just in there. So yes, just in there is not
And no,
so
there's
that's
no
not
evidence.
wishy-washy. Good try though. I appreciate
there's-
that. So
There's no evidence of those 30-plus hospitals in Gaza having somebody shooting from them either. It was the argument from Israel was Hamas was in there, just in there.
they were, from what I saw,
Just
again, let's look at those
in
articles.
there.
Because from what I saw, they were
Articles,
shooting.
30-plus hospitals. They didn't write an article for all of them.
I'm pretty sure
They
there's
kept
an
doing it so
article on it,
often.
yeah.
There was no fucking article for 27 of them.
But
They did 3. 3 hospitals got articles.
war's
and you
not
just missed
nice.
that.
War's not friendly.
No, there it is. There's
Yes,
war's
yeah,
not nice.
It's not nice.
See,
yeah.
you're wish-washy,
How is
and
that
you don't realize
wishy-washy?
it.
That's a
Because your
comment.
take
That's
on
a
Russia
statement.
is completely different.
It is not.
Because you're
different.
actually criticizing Russia. You're not criticizing Israel.
I'm not. I'm like. I've criticized.
You're not criticizing Israel to the level you're criticizing
Go over
Russia.
the last 100 episodes and see how many times I've criticized Israel. I've never supported for what they did. I never once said go in there and kill all of them. Never once have I said that about anybody. So. But
I'm hearing tons
Yeah.
of support.
yeah.
You don't have to literally say the words to be carrying water.
What support? That I was like, I see.
Oh, they were shooting from inside there. You immediately do that. They were shooting from in their argument, which wasn't proven. Nobody in Israel proved any hospital had anyone shooting from it. Yet you're repeating that line. How is that not supporting that? How is that not just taking Israel's word for it? And in Russia, you don't take the word for it. You shouldn't take either of their words for it. Is my point.
Then we
You should
can't
be
take
consistent.
anybody's words. So.
You should be consistent. Either be skeptical or don't, but don't be skeptical of one and not skeptical of the other. It's where your wish-washy is. You're skeptical of one but not the other.
So I disagree with you because I've never once said I want to.
They were shooting from there. They were shooting from there.
Yeah, and
what if Ukraine was shooting from there? Is it okay for Russia then?
So yeah, they're supposed to just get bombed on? You're not going to supposed to just
bombing hospitals is bad. My take is very simple. Bombing hospitals is not okay.
Like cowards, like Hamas has.
And there you go.
Yes.
Hiding in hospitals, you deserve to get bombed. You're doing that. You deserve to get bombed.
Behind children, using children as shields.
Would you argue that the Ukrainians deserve to get bombed in their hospital?
But they weren't doing it. The Ukraine.
Would you argue that the Ukrainians deserve to get bombed in their hospital?
If they were shooting, if they were attacking from the hospital, yes.
If a bunch of things you don't know are true about either.
Everything's kind, everyth's nice.
You'll throw a ton of ifs in the case of one, but no ifs in front of the other.
I do. And I've said that many times. I've never once said I support Israel.
You didn't, if they're hiding in there, you said they are hiding in there. There's no if. So, they see.
So
all right, let's end the show because I need to have a cigarette and a glass of water.
But yeah, if you haven't already, hit that follow button. We like to eat
right after Heckles gets here. These sexy guys, Jared. We wanted to argue at dinner table for you, Heckles. Now go eat your dinner and go to bed.
But yeah, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Kick, and all those fun things. We actually don't stream too much on Twitch, but we might in the future.
Yeah, we may need to update this page.
I should have switched it to that. I forgot, But oh well. And if you want to be on the show,
follow us on any of the places
drop us a line. We'd like to hear from you. If you can join us, you can maybe be a monitor for us to see what's going on. But yeah, drop us a line. We'd like to hear from you, and we'd get you booked on the show.
I like how the screen makes my face dark.
Well, it gets dark anyway. Like right at 8:30, your face went completely dark.
That's because we're supposed to be done. That's how we know.
Give it a week and it'll be 8:25.
We're running out of electricity at the Banter now. And as always, we like to end the show with a little brief thing about mental health awareness. There's some hotlines you can call. It's okay not to be okay. You're not alone. And we want you to try to reach out and get some help if you're feeling shitty, feeling down, and don't have a good place to vent at it like we do. There's some hotlines you can call and talk to some real human beings. That's socializing, even if Mike doesn't think.
Well, that's socializing, yes. Yes. Call me wishy-washy again, but talking to someone on the phone is socializing, yes.
But if you go to the websites for any of these places and you talk
we're on a
chat,
website
it
right
doesn't
now.
count.
We're socializing on a website, on a certain application. Yes, we're socializing. But okay. Anyway, thank you for being here. We will see you on Wednesday. Let's see if we have enough people to send you anywhere. We do. Let's see. Let's go to.
Heckle's on. We'll send him over there.
Heckle's on. I don't know.
Oh no, he's not.
So, let's just go to Jack Johnson. He's hanging out, playing some GTA like always. Stay safe, everybody. We will see you Wednesday. Bye, Dustin.
Say bye to Pumpkin.
Bye, Pumpkin.